Hello everyone, hope you all doing well by God's grace. So today I want to share with you the Shito recipe. Okay, so this Shito is made with just vegetables, right? You'll be amazed, just vegetables. So mainly tomatoes. So this is a tomato Shito and it is lovely, beautiful. And I'm going to show you how I make this delicious recipe. So stay with me. Let's go through our ingredients as we prep. Okay, so I have some onions, right? So I'm showing you how I'm cutting my onions because we're going to be frying. We're using my 30-minute Shito recipe. If you've not seen that video, I'm linking it for you for your convenience. Okay, so just you slice your onions, not too thin, not too large, okay, because you're going to be frying them, otherwise it can burn, right? So that it's easy for you to manage. Okay, so the same for your ginger. Okay, you slice it nice thinly. Okay, so when it's too large, it means it's going to fry for longer, but when it's thin, you can fry it. If it can fry quicker for you, reducing the cooking time. For the garlic, I didn't do anything. I didn't cut it or I left it as it is because that fries very quickly. Okay, I'm also going to add some peppers, okay? So green and red pepper, and this is the easiest way of cutting it, right? So that one too is the same, but with that, when we're frying, I'm going to show you a trick of getting all the juices. So we're trying to fry all these, okay? This is to reduce the time we're using to make our shito and to reduce splatter, okay? That is the main purpose of my 30-minute shito. We reduce time and splatter. So we finished prepping the vegetables. I will show you the tomatoes later. So for the frying, I'm using vegetable oil, okay? So it's a vegetable shito, so vegetable oil through and through. So for the frying, I start by frying the garlic, okay? The garlic fries really quickly, okay? So you have to, at this stage, I always advise do not abandon your post, okay? If you abandon it, it will burn. Okay, so that goes in the ginger, and you fry the ginger as well. Okay, once the ginger is nicely brown, okay, then you also take it off. Okay, so we're trying to take the juices out of it. Okay, otherwise you blend everything with water or even without water, and then you fry it, and then it will splatter poto everywhere. But we're doing the reverse. Okay, you fry everything. So the onions, is now being fried, and once it is nicely brown, okay, you take it out. So you can fry it until it's bone dry, but I didn't want to do that today because I just couldn't wait. It's just I couldn't wait. Okay, so once that is finished frying, the next thing we fry are the peppers. Okay, the peppers has like plenty moisture, more than these other ones. Okay, that's why I went in last, because then I can waste my time standing there frying it. And you're wasting of time per se, but it's still time, right? So here I want to show you something. When you are frying your peppers and it gets to this stage, don't be tempted to think that it's nicely fried. Okay, there's still moisture. So you see what I'm doing? I'm pressing it down, and when you turn your spoon and you press it down, you hear the moisture, you hear the what you see, indicating there is still moisture in the pepper. So when you do that, you're able to take that moisture out, and it fries further for you to get the best out of what we are trying to do. Okay, we don't want any moisture. Okay, so the next stage here is to blend everything, okay? So as for the blending, the consistency of the vegetables should be to your taste, okay? Whether you want it smooth or you want it a bit coarse, that one is should be your own preference, right? I am going for a coarse one, but then this one can be blended very smoothly, so that's what I'm doing. When it gets the tomatoes, the blender is going to be, making it difficult for us to blend it smoothly, I think. So you see what I'm talking about. So this is the tomatoes, okay? These are sun-dried tomatoes, okay? You know, tomato has got so much moisture and you cannot blend it and add it to say you're making shito. And that day, 1 year you're still chilling. So I have a video of how I made this sun-dried tomatoes, and I'm going to link it for you to have a look, okay, how I made this, okay. So this is what we are going to use for the shito. If you look at the color, it's already like shito color, you know. So yeah, I'm going to be sharing with you that recipe, and what we're going to do is to blend it. So the reason what I was talking to you about is that this sun-dried could be a bit hard, right? So your blender may have difficulty blending it, okay. This is even this that is Ninja, that is like, you know, robust and can blend most things. I was struggling with it. So what I had to do eventually was to add some oil to it, okay? So if your blender is not strong, so just to begin with, add oil. And the oil should be the same you're going to be using to fry the shito, okay? So add a couple of cups to the mixture to make it easy for the blenders. Please have mercy on the blender, okay? Have mercy so that the blender does not die quickly. Yeah, some oil to it, and then you give it a blaze, okay? So here you blend it to your preference as well, whether you want your shito smooth or rough, however you want it, you just blend it, okay? So yeah, once it is nicely blended to the consistency you want, you just move on. So this is how mine looks like, okay? Even though I thought the oil was not enough, wasn't as I wanted it, but it was okay. So the next stage is to start frying, and with this we get also just a little bit of oil, okay? And we add our, you know, our onions and the red peppers, ginger and garlic, you know, the ones we fried first, okay? And we fried actually because we haven't fried the tomatoes. The tomatoes were sun-dried, and it wasn't dried in the sun. You can dry them in the sun, but mine, I dried them in the oven, okay? So once you add it, you straight away add the tomatoes. You can fry the earlier mixture a bit, but there's no need, okay? Just add your tomatoes, and yeah, because it's all cooked, it's all ready to go. And then you will just mix everything, right? Then you add your chilies or your pepper. When you're using fresh pepper, make sure you fry the fresh pepper as well. For me, when I use the fresh pepper, I have to fry it. I cough, it makes me cough too much. So I like to use the dry chilies. That one is already dried. You don't have to do much about it, okay? Much I do about nothing. So I've added the chilies, and I'm going to give it a stir, okay, to make sure it's nicely mixed, okay? At this stage, I felt that it was dry. So here, as you can see, it's a bit loose because I added some more oil, which I did off camera. So you can add more oil when you think that your shito is a bit loose, okay? So here goes in our spices, okay? The shito is looking amazing, nicely fried, okay? And it tastes super. You love it. You definitely love it. Obviously, it hasn't got any fish or any meat, nothing in it. It's just vegetables, and it is amazing, okay? I didn't add any salt. You haven't seen me add any salt. That is because when you're making the sun-dried tomatoes, you sprinkle some salt on it, and that sprinkling of the salt, there's enough salt in it, you know, to season your shito. If you think the salt is not enough, you can just add some to your taste, okay? So yeah, that is everything done. I hope you loved this video, or even you liked it. And if you did like it, please consider liking it. And if you're new here, welcome. And you haven't subscribed and you enjoy what is being done here, please subscribe, okay? And thank you for joining me today. And I'll see you in the very next one. Bye.